Welcome to the Desert Lair Bar, episode 8. I'm Dustin. This is a series of first impressions. So I'm trying a malt whiskey from every actively producing Scottish distillery that has an available standard bottling of single malt. Preferably their flagship malt, but with a little flexibility there. The point is to establish a baseline of distillery character with a heavy emphasis on price to performance to help me determine what distilleries I want to explore more and which ones maybe I don't want to explore more. I don't want price to performance to be the be-all, end-all of how I approach a spirit, but it's pretty important and something we need to discuss. To help facilitate this, I've created a spreadsheet. There's a link in the description. It has a primary sorting by score and a secondary scoring by price. Score high to low, price low to high. Today we're talking about Glenallachie 12. It's not likely you can see that box or anything really, right? Too far away anyway. But the box is pretty dark, so it doesn't show up, I assume, in the bar lighting here. In any event, Glenallachie, 12-year-old, the Glenallachie Distillers Company. In 2017, Billy Walker bought the distillery from Chivas Brothers with his business partners, I think. Billy Walker's been in the industry quite a long time. He was master distiller for Ben Riach, master distiller for Glenallachie. He has a lot of experience, so he's been doing this for quite a while. This particular expression here, 46% ABV, is natural color and non-chill filtered. It says natural color and non-chill filtered very clearly right on the bottle here, so it makes all the whiskey nerds happy, right? Casks, PX, Oloroso, Virgin Oak in here, so this is heavily sherried whiskey. I bought this in November of 2022, so a couple years ago. Bottle's been open for a few weeks, roughly. I paid $55 for this bottle. It's a 700 milliliter bottle, which means that my 50 milliliter pour here is $3.92. I want to add the price that I'm paying for an individual pour of whiskey. Just, I think it helps put things in context. Locally now, in 2025, March, this same 700 milliliter bottle, so here in the United States, we are starting to get these 700 milliliter bottles now, whereas before they would have all been 750. Locally, $97 for this, ouch, compared to a couple of years ago. Online, $68, so the price is a little better, again, for 700 milliliter. So I paid $55 for this. Now the cheapest price that I can get it is about $68, 2 years and a couple months later. Kind of a big increase for just a couple years. The price that I can buy this for online now, $68, and locally $97. It's kind of egregious, really. It's just the nature of the beast, I suppose, but it makes you wonder why we have such large discrepancies. To buy it locally is just not really acceptable, in my opinion. Let's move on to the tasting notes here. So, smell. Berry jam, some wet tobacco, a little bit of cinnamon in there, savory herbal note to this. Taste. Cranberry syrup, walnuts, figs, berry compote. On the finish, put wood juice, walnuts, chocolate, prune. This is strikes me as a very modern, heavily sherried. Kind of has that, wet cask nature to it, I suppose. It's very syrupy, sweet syrupy almost, very sweet syrupy. There's quite a bit of flavor in this, just between the sherry casks and just that. There's a very juicy, syrupy quality to this, which, you know, to me, again, it strikes me as more of that modern sherry, you know, kind of wet cask. There's been a rebranding of this. This is an older bottling. I've read some people say that the newer batches just taste different than the older batches. I don't know if it has anything to do with the rebranding. Supposedly it's the same stuff. The question would be whether there's differences batch to batch, from bottling to bottling, year to year. You know, does it have anything to do with the new rebranding? Maybe, maybe not. It just probably has more to do with a batch variation, batch to batch, barrel to barrel, whatever. Score for this, 82 out of 100. If I can figure out a place to put my chalkboard here. I did get a new microphone, finally. I guess I should have talked about that. I haven't done much testing with it. Here somewhere, my microphone is probably going to make a bunch of noise that I just jiggled it there, but hopefully it sounds close to what the other microphone sounds. It's not some completely different sound. So I guess we'll find out. Hopefully this is usable, I suppose. Nothing else here. Like I said, I will probably try and make the spreadsheet appear here so that you can kind of see where this falls in the current lineup. As of right now, I'm a little behind. I still haven't finished getting the other video we did a couple weeks ago uploaded, so try and work on that. That's all I got. Drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. Use the rideshare apps. Don't be a dick, guys. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time.